Huh, this doesn't look like Fog's World. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to another fabulous episode of Fog's World. That's right, it's Fog's World. Last time on Fog's World, we found this marvelous green macaw. And since then, I've done a little exploring. And looky here. I found another one, a little white one. But I have to take you guys to task now because nobody called me out on this. But last time I talked about wanting to find a second one so that I could breed them. But guess what? A little investigation indicates parrots can't be bred in Minecraft. Darn it. So while I can tame them and bring them home and have them ride on my shoulder like that. Where is he? Where'd he go? Oh, he didn't. No. Now he'll ride on my shoulder. And have him ride on my shoulder. I can't actually breed them, which stinks. Come on, Mojang, get with the program. We want to have flocks of birds. Oh well, I'll get over it. Now, this week is going to be a very special episode of Fog's World. And the reason it's going to be a very special episode of Fog's World is because I have a lot of family coming into town this weekend, so I'm not going to have a whole lot of time to record. So I don't have time to build some elaborate contraption. I don't really have time to even go work on the zoo or do an explore. And I don't have a lot of time for editing. So I thought we'd do something a little bit different. So let's duck in here. And we're here. But where is here? Huh, this doesn't look like Fog's World. Ha! And it's not Fog's World. No, we have stepped into an alternate dimension. We are on a Minecraft server that is owned by a friend of mine that I've been playing on with them. This is some friends from work. Some friends from work have a Minecraft server. And so I've been playing on their server for a while here and just kind of playing around with them and having some fun. And I thought I'd give you a quick server tour of my friend's server here. And there's not a lot to see because we haven't been playing it all that long. I do have a parrot here though. Look at that. Actually, I have two of them. We have Bert and we have Ernie. And I thought I'd give you a little tour on my base and what's on in this server, what's been going on. Now I got to tell you, I got to warn you. First of all, I am by far the most experienced Minecrafter on this server by a long shot. So pretty much every technical build on the server is mine. This is my base, and this is a map of the surrounding area. Spawn is over in there. Is that right? No, spawn is here. That's where spawn is, right there. And we are right here. No, right here. This is where we are now. So let's see. Down here, we'll start here, I guess. This is the main base. There's not a lot to it. I've got a place to sleep. I've got a portal. I've got a map of the end. This is the amount of the end that I have so far explored. This is a large map, a zoomed out map of the area here. That is probably a little bit out of date. This is my storage room. It's not as sophisticated as in Fog's World, but it gets the job done. I have this nice little enchanting table that I really never use, but it's there. And got a lot of stuff. This here is the sorting system from my fish farm, which is right here. This is my AFK fish farm. There's a hole in the sky there. A hole in the ceiling that leads up to the sky. And got just enough stuff to do some potions. Pretty simple room. There is actually a zombie spawner down in there that I haven't done anything with yet. Someday I'll do something with that. Down here we have the village trading system. And this is a pretty cool system. I really like this village trading system. And you may see this again in a future Fog's World episode. We're not going to talk about it right now, though, but I do really like this one. And let's come up here. Down there, there's nothing interesting. I have a beacon and a lot of mining. We are in a swamp. So if you come over here, we're in a little swamp area. And over there is the witch farm. That was one of the first large builds that I made on this server, was that witch farm. And that's very similar to the last witch farm I built in Fog's World. It's basically the same design. Really like that design a lot. Oh, sun's going down. Okay. This is the village spawner, the villager breeder. This is where my villagers come from, and they get chased. This is really similar to the basic village breeder that I used to start my iron farm and other stuff on Fog's World. But since then, there have been some improvements made. People have discovered that if you put a zombie pigman here and block his view with trapdoors like this, now these villagers can't see there's a zombie pigman there, so they're not afraid of the zombie pigman. But the babies can see the zombie pigman, so the babies run off into the streams, and that way you don't get a never-ending buildup of villagers. They always go down in there. Then they grow up. They go along the tube over to here and drop down in there, and the zombie trading system, or the village trading system, is down underneath there. This is a very simple tree farm that I've got going. I don't do a lot of major farming, but this is where I get most of my wood, and that, and the jungle tree there. You know what? Let's go back down and take a quick nap. Boop. Down into my little hidey hole. We're going to take a nap here so that we can make daylight come back. Yes. So this is my little hidey hole. It's nothing fancy, but I've got my little dragon trophy there because I was the one that killed the dragon in this world, so I'm keeping the head. Although, of course, that doesn't come from there. That comes from the ships. But I'm the only guy that's been out to the ships either. This business over here, this is a melon farm. Very cool design by Il Mango, actually. I think this was an Il Mango design. It just uses a flying machine with these guys here to come along, and it breaks all the melons and catches them in those hopper mine carts. So let me go over here, you can see all the melons get broken, and most of them get caught by the hopper mine carts there. And then it will take them back here. The hopper mine carts will stop over these hoppers, and everything will get deposited in here. Really cool melon farm design. I really like it. One of the things I really like about it is that it's very cheap to build, and that kind of was the theme on this server for me. I wanted things that were super easy to build and super cheap. That's why I've got a very cheap flying machine-based melon farm. I've got a drop-dead simple village breeder. I've got this little pocket farm for cows. This is where all my leather and my beef come from. I've taken the flying system there and kind of expanded on it. And over here past my little sheep pen, that's where my wool comes from. I have this little farm here. Works in much the same manner as that one over there, only it's a little bit bigger. And what it does is it runs a sweeper along here and just chops off all of the sugarcane. And it's not 100% lossless. It's actually quite lossy. But you know what? It's good enough. It doesn't leave too many sugarcane behind. And it certainly is good enough that, you know, I've got all the sugarcane I could ever want from that thing. So I'm not worried about that. Let's see. What else can I show you? Before we go show you the really cool stuff, let's come over here. So over here is our desert. It's actually nicely close to spawn. I was very pleased with that. And in the desert, that's where I've gotten a lot of sand from. I've done a ton of sand mining out here. But over here, this is something I'm particularly proud of. Let's come up here. This is the magic well. And the magic well, I'll just stand here for a second. You can probably already hear, and you could probably guess what's happening here. Oh, there we go. There we go. Here we are. We're at the magic well. And as you can see, we have bones and we have arrows that just kind of bubble up through the bottom of this well here. There's some bones and some arrows. There we go. Now it's working. Took a little while to get it going this time for some reason. I don't know why. So it should be obvious what's going on. When I came out to this desert for the first time, this area over here was kind of opened up. And it was open to the sky. And it turns out just beneath my feet, by a very short distance, is a skeleton spawner. And it's literally right beneath my feet. And so if you stand over there, you're still within range of the skeleton spawner. So there's a very simple skeleton farm underneath our feet, where all the skeleton get pushed into a tiny area and they die, and we get to collect all their loot. Lucky us. So obviously I have elytra in this world, so I did go to the end. I defeated the dragon, did a lot of searching. This is the village where our villagers came from. There's the sugarcane farm from up above. This is the witch farm and the melon farm. Let's go over this way. This is Andrew's place. He's got some very colorful sheep, and he's done some lovely building. The other guys aren't very technical, but they do a lot of building for, you know, for being around not very long. Got this lovely kind of area here, this lovely glass house in the what was a roof forest. And there's nothing terribly interesting here. It's been largely abandoned because the guy that owns this place has set up shop somewhere else. Oops. Getting a little rubber banding there. This is my fishing shack right here. And by that, it's just a place for me to put fish and let people pay for things if they want to trade fish. But nobody here does that. They just build their own. Now, this is one of the builds that I'm particularly proud of right here. This is our iron farm. This is based on Tango's Iron Phoenix, and there's very little different here from what he's done. Unfortunately, even though this is in spawn, it doesn't stay loaded. It doesn't stay running. So I have to restart it every time I come here if I want it. If I want it to spawn iron golems. And there's just a little button right here that starts the farm, which I'm not going to press right now because I don't need iron, because if you come over here, you'll see we are full of iron. And in fact, I've got, you know, just a little bit, you know, just a little bit of iron here. It is full to overflowing. And so we don't really need to spawn any more golems right now. And this over here is my traditional mob farm, you know, for mobbing, you know, for farming the traditional zombies and spiders and skeletons and creepers. Oh my. And then a few extras over here. And this is also currently full to burst. There is no space left. And I am, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I was so low on... Didn't realize I was quite so low on the rockets. I may have to go back and get some more rockets. So there's my AFK platform for this farm. None of the places around here have been lit up. Let's come down here. Let's do this. Let's do this. So one of the things that I put in here is this little minecart station. You hop in here and it automatically launches the minecart up to a little observation platform up here where you can watch the iron golem farm in action. Now, if you guys have never seen Tango's Iron Phoenix, this is an incredible build. Let me turn off these clouds. These clouds off. Okay, got rid of the clouds so we can see better. This is an incredible build. I wish I could say I came up with this one, but no, this is amazing. It's an automated iron farm that automatically uses this villager to swim around a big loop here. He comes into view of a teeny tiny one house village up there, and then he comes down here and comes into view of a slightly bigger village here, and he comes down here and comes into view of a slightly bigger village here, and each time this village is growing, and as he gets farther away from the doors up there, the village center shifts, and he just uses some very incredible redstone timing and some magic to eventually park, what is it, 128 villages centered right about these 3 platforms right here. And there's this mechanism in here that slowly opens up these pistons. There's a double row of pistons here, and these slowly open up to view, to allow sky access to increasing rows of villages here. So super clever build. I wish I were as clever as this guy. My gosh. Tango, you're amazing. So anyway, that's what this is. That over there is the ice farm. And right now it is, looks like it's full. We've got a full block of ice. And that's well, here, let's go over and take a look. Go and climb the stairs here, climb the ladder. Now, one of the things that I really like about this ice farm is, although it's not super cheap because it uses a ton of observers, it is almost entirely lag-free because everything is powered by observers, from the pistons, everything except there's a tiny little clock, down in there. There's a little hopper clock in there. Oh, there they all fired. Little hopper clock in there that periodically fires off all the observers and the pistons. And so basically you get a row of ice that forms here, and then so that'll freeze right there, and then there's pistons underneath that push the ice up, and pistons here that push the ice over, and eventually you end up with this giant block of ice, and it can't go any farther because it is because it's full, which it is right now. It's full. So we're going to leave that. Let me go get some more rockets because I'm going to run out. And in the process, we'll take you to some... Well, no, before I do, I've got enough that we'll do. So there's a couple of interesting-ish builds over here. This is my friend's pyramid that he's building, and I'm going to take damage. Ouch. Oh, ouch, ouch. That was not very good. So here we have this pyramid that's in the process of being slowly built, and a little fountain, and this is a friend of mine from work that's building this, and that plot over there is his young daughter. Young daughter Sydney is building that over there, and it's super fun to play with her because she's pretty young and really not super versed in the ways of Minecraft, and so she really enjoys watching all the stuff that I've built here. It's been a lot of fun. And we have another little friend of ours that's built this little house back in here, back in the woods. Anyway, let's come in here and we'll go... Yeah, we'll do this first. I guess I don't really need... rockets right now. We'll go into the nether. All right, here we are in the nether. We don't have a proper nether hub at the moment. Like I say, we haven't been here all that long. But let's go ahead and I'll show you around over here. Down here is the way to the nether fortress down in here. And I've slabbed a lot of the area around here because I have a wither skeleton farm down here. And those of you that have watched my channel recently, you may have seen a new design for the wither skeleton sweeper farm. That design was perfected on this server. So the first iteration of that design was built right in here. So let's come through here. As you can see, I've slabbed a lot of it, but I haven't slabbed everything. I've just slabbed a fair amount of it. But we'll come down in here. So haven't slabbed everything, so this area is not 100% safe. You can see there's a patch that probably needs to be slabbed, but it's still pretty good. We're getting there. So down below is the AFK spot for the wither skeleton farm, and this is the farm itself right here. Didn't do much to beautify it per se, but you can see that there is this little area there and up there, and there's nothing in it at the moment. That kind of surprises me. Oh, no, there you go. We got a wither skeleton up there. Hey there. And so This is where the sweepers are, and they sweep across and eventually sweep everything down below near the AFK spot. I have not built a blaze farm yet, but if you look out across here, let's go out to the end here. Let's go out to the end of this platform. Yeah, there you go. That little bridge there, that leads to that portal there, which leads to the stronghold and the end. And we'll go out there in a minute. But right now, let's go back and I'll show you what else is near our nether, near the center of the nether here. What else we have in the nether? Okay, this portal right ahead, this is the portal that leads into my base, right in there. And if we come up the staircase here, no nether would be complete without a proper gold farm and an XP farm. You gotta have your zombie pigmen, right? That's the best source of XP you can get, pretty much, or pretty darn close to it anyway. And so up here, we're up above the nether now, up above the nether roof, and up above the bedrock roof. And coming into view very shortly, I love that effect where it slowly fades into view. I love that. You are looking at our zombie pigman farm, and this is based on Ilmango's wonderful, wonderful high performance zombie pigman farm. You can get this a little bit better than this, but he's got two designs, and this is the lesser performing of the two, but it's pretty darn awesome. Somebody's taking a lot of gold out of it. So we come up here. Let's go ahead and do this. So do I have any more rockets? I do not. Okay, no more rockets. Darn, that's too bad. Okay, we'll come up here, and we'll get this thing started. This is going to be a little loud, I'm warning you. Yep, we got him. And the pigs all rush at you, and they fall into the little holes here, and they die due to the cramming rule. And this thing, you can see how much XP that I currently have on me now. 109, 110, and that was really, I really don't even try. It's ridiculous. It is totally ridiculous. This thing is so incredibly awesome for XP. I mean, it's just as fast as you can absorb it. Okay, let's go see something else now. We'll head down. Got to be careful not to drop too fast and too far. There we go. All right, now we're back down below. Now, if I were to continue out that way, there's a jungle biome out that way. There's a mesa biome out farther. But what I really want to show you, because those aren't really that interesting, what I really want to show you is what's out here. This is the only high-speed travel road I've built in the nether yet. And it was built because this is relatively high traffic for me. And because, whoops, wandered into the wall. Relatively high traffic, and it's a relatively long tunnel, so I didn't really want to have to keep walking this. Whoa, 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 what? Holy cow, what the heck? What the heck? That was different. Huh. Interesting. Okay, well, we can fix this. Fixed. Weird. Obviously, I wasn't really at the end when I thought I was, and so I popped out into the ceiling. Okay, anywho, this is the Guardian Farm. So we'll pop through here. We'll start at the bottom of the Guardian Farm instead of going immediately to the top, because it's easier to see it from the outside. And the sun's coming up, so we shouldn't have to worry about mobs. Great. Okay, so the Guardian Farm is out this way. Let's go ahead and walk to it rather than fly to it. This particular design is almost identical to the Guardian farm I've built on Fog's World. So it should look very, very familiar to all of you. What was different is how I cleared it out. I used a giant sand conveyor, and all of those chests were all filled with sand. And I used that to clear out this whole area. And there we have the Guardian farm. And we'll go down underneath. So very similar to the Guardian farm I built on Fog's World. I made a couple of minor tweaks and improvements to it, but it's basically the same design. Really happy with this Guardian farm. It works so well. It's really fast. Does a great job. Let's get my health back. And then let's go fly up to the top. One thing I've noticed with this server is it's just laggy enough that I occasionally have to play games with the rockets. So there is the AFK station right here. I'll go ahead and fly into it now. Whoops. Here we go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Here. There we go. And as you can see, we have the typical item elevator. This thing is going super fast, though. I've got two stacked dispensers at the bottom of this that are pumping these items in here just as fast as they can, and they still can't keep up with the production of the farm below. But that's pretty much okay because these chests are all full. So it's not like well, okay, that one's all full. This one's almost all full. And who needs cooked fish anyway, right? They come up to the top here, and then they go around this raceway here, and then they're sorted out by these sorters there. And the items that you see spilling out aren't really spilling out. That's a visual glitch caused by the fact that there are full stacks of items spinning around because they've got nowhere to go, because these chests over here with the prismarine shards are filled. So anyway, that is the Guardian farm. Okay, so really the last thing that I have to show you, I suppose, is the end. So let's come down here and we'll head on over to the stronghold and go visit the end. Now, I really haven't done a whole lot in the end. All I've built is an Enderman farm, and of course I've done a lot of hunting for elytra wings, and obviously I got close enough to the prismarine shards racing around the raceway that I've picked up a few, but that's fine. So let's go over here. This will pop us out into the stronghold. Alright, in here we go. And as you can tell, I have not done a lot in the stronghold. I've left the silverfish spawner and left this room pretty much unscathed. There is virtually nothing going on here in the end except for the Enderman spawner, which is down at the bottom of this ladder and out the end there. Which hopefully I didn't look at an Enderman. I think I'm far enough away they shouldn't be out there. This is a very, very, very simple Enderman spawner. Uses an Endermite, of course, to attract the Enderman into one little spot. And then they drop down where I kill them and collect their Ender Pearls. I did not do anything particularly fancy to try and turn this into an XP farm or anything like that, because quite frankly, I don't need an XP farm. My zombie farm is plenty good enough. This is really all about collecting Ender Pearls. So they just drop down here, and then I whack them. It's really that simple. Here, let's grab that sword. There we go. And we get lots of Ender Pearls that way. Here, let me grab a few to take back home with me. And that's really all there is to it. There's nothing that fancy there. It's just a way to collect Ender Pearls. The last thing I guess I want to show you is my friend's base. One of my friend's bases, who actually owns the server, or at least pays for the server. Let's not look at these guys. This here is a poor man Enderman's killer. You know, the little too high gap. Stare at an Enderman, he'll come at you, and then you kill him. Alright, let's go home. Yeah, the egg is still there. I've never bothered to collect the egg. And we're back at the base. And let's get some rockets. Should have some more rockets. We'll put these guys back. Rockets? Yeah, there we go. A lot more rockets. Oh, this is my little pocket farm right in there. Like I said, this whole base was built with economy in mind. Don't spend a lot of resources. Keep it small. Just get what I need so that I can build and so that I can help the server grow. Because these guys don't have the same level of experience as I do, and so it's kind of fun to be able to spend my efforts to get them the farms they need to get things going. A lot of fun. So if I come out over here, this is where Mike's new base is, and I just thought, you know, this is his server, and he was nice enough to invite me to it, so I thought I'd show off some of the stuff he's been building. I don't know what this is about, but it's cool looking. But this is his base over here. He's got some nice buildings going on over here. He's got these simple waterfalls, this simple like cascading water feature that he's built that can turn on and off with a switch, which is kind of cool. So you do that, and then the pistons block off the water, and this slowly will dry up, but let's not do that. Let's let it go. And then he did the same thing over here with a lava field, which is pretty cool. He's got this building that he's working on, which is largely empty. He's got a beacon that I helped him set up. He's got his little farm out here. Very, very small sugarcane farm with one stalk of sugarcane. Yeah, that's going to take a while. Here, I'll give him a few extra. Make him think he's grown a few more. He's come in here. He's built a melon farm. Again, very small. That's going to take forever to get him any substantial number of them, but it was kind of cool that he's been experimenting with the redstone. And over here is a fish farm that he based off the one I built. And yeah, he's got some banners and some flowers. It's all simple, but it's kind of fun, you know. It's been really... One of the things that's been interesting about being on this server for me has been, you know, being around people for whom Minecraft is relatively new, and the wonder of it all is new to them, right? And they're doing stuff that, you know, to me seems a little simple and primitive because I've been playing for so long. But to them, it's, you know, they're really enjoying this path of discovery. And I'm getting to discover it with them again through their eyes. And that's been just a ton of fun for me. You know, Minecraft is such a fun, simple game at its heart. It's, you know, I describe it to people all the time as basically Legos, digital Legos. That's how I tend to describe it to people. This is very much like digital Legos. It's the world's best block set. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little server tour of not Fog's World. There's not a whole lot to see here yet because there aren't very many people on the server and it's just getting itself established. But boy, it was really fun watching these guys learn and grow, and it's been a lot of fun. So maybe at some point we'll come back here and see how it's grown over time, assuming that it sticks around for a while. If that's something you're interested in, please feel free to let me know. Anyway, I think that's it for this week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little sidetrack, little something different. I wanted something that was easier and quicker for me to record because of how busy my weekend is. And hopefully this was enjoyable for you. So guys, as always, thanks for watching and thanks for subscribing. And next week we'll be back in Fog's World with something new. Thanks, guys. I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.